So just a little bit more about me, just to prove to you that I really had agoraphobia and that I know what I'm talking about. As I said, I had the panic attacks in restaurants, in movie theaters, in clubs, etc. But the movie theaters were the place where I had the worst panic attacks. Because a movie theater really resembles the huge rooms where you do your exams and where you follow classes in the university. It's the same setting with seats and they go down. And all of a sudden, after having had a panic attack during an exam, my body just recognized the movie theater as if it was a university. So for my body it was the same, and the same problem. I had a brilliant idea back in the time, and I said, okay, I'm just going to figure something out so I can keep myself busy when I have the anxiety attack. So what I did was I bought a huge Coca-Cola, a huge Coke. And I took it with me, and I sat down in the movie theater, and the first symptoms would appear. Some nausea, because I was especially afraid of vomiting. So a pounding heart, some sweats. So I sipped my Coke. And then the problems got worse. And it took me a couple of years after this to just figure out that caffeine, the thing in Coke, is exactly causing anxiety attacks. So what I did was I took a Coke to distract me of the anxiety. I sipped it, and it was giving me anxiety. So just to show you that maybe you are doing things against the anxiety attacks that are actually worsening it, simply because you don't know. Now the caffeine, I will explain it in a second newsletter, and it will be explained in depth. But please, if you can do this already starting today, start to decrease the amount of caffeine that you take in, because it really acts like adrenaline, and adrenaline gives you a rush feeling. Caffeine is not as powerful as adrenaline, of course, but it gives you the same symptoms. And if those symptoms appear, if because of the caffeine your heart starts to pound a little bit harder, it is very easy to get into a full-blown panic attack, because then you start to worry about the internal symptoms and you say, oh no, my heart is pounding. Oh no, this shouldn't be happening here. I mean, I'm here in a restaurant, I'm here with all these people, and I just sipped from my Coke, and I can't go away right now because they're my family, and I don't want to show them that I'm anxious. They shouldn't know that I'm anxious. Oh, you see, it's getting worse, man. It's even pounding harder. Where are the exits? The toilets are over there. The exits are over there. Oh, but this person has to get up before I can get out. I can't get out. I mean, and it's getting worse. And then you start to sweat a little bit, and you really get into a full-blown panic attack. And that is a little bit how it works, and it's a vicious circle. It is. So a first symptom appears, then you start to give yourself negative self-talk where you say, oh no, it's happening, and oh no, this shouldn't be happening, and that makes the symptoms worse. I will explain how this happens in a newsletter, but it makes it worse. You feel that it's getting worse, and you say, oh my God, it's really happening, which makes it even worse. Symptoms get worse again, and you're just in a vicious circle. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a real snowball effect, really, and you cannot win. You have to stop it at a certain point and start to think differently. But that is very, very hard to do, because I really have to reprogram your mind. I mean, actually, you have to do it. I will give you the tools to reprogram your mind, and when you reprogram your mind, you can give yourself new reactions, automatic reactions that will help you to get through that vicious circle. And you will really have to repeat them and repeat them and repeat them. I've learned that when I was studying the astronauts at the NASA. You know, the NASA, the ones that go into space, well, those very, very smart astronauts, they have to do some training. And during months and months of training, they have to learn how the cockpit of the space shuttle actually works, and how the little buttons work. And there are certain procedures they have to follow. Click, 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 click. The airplane pilots have to do the same thing, by the way, but in the NASA it's even worse. So click, 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 click. They teach those simple steps that they have to follow, and you would think, hey man, aren't those guys smart enough to just do it? Why do they have to repeat it every day? Well, exactly because if they are in a situation where they have to say, Houston, we have a problem, their mind panics. They're in panic blackout, and at that point they have to know automatically what to do. Automatically they will know which buttons to push. And that is because they've been practicing it and practicing it and practicing it. And I will teach you some steps to stop the anxiety, and they are very, very, very easy. But you have to practice them and practice them and practice them so that when the real situation occurs, when a real panic attack tries to get you, you will know automatically what to do. It becomes just an instinctive reaction, so to speak. But before you can get there, there's a lot of work to be done. Please, this site is not a miracle. It won't be easy. You will have to work in order to get to the point where I am today. But it is possible. And I wish you really the best of luck with all my heart. Good luck.